Hello everyone, Iposolizard here, and today, since we got 70 on Nobu, I thought, why not give you guys a more in-depth guide other than the tips and trick video that I did a few months back. It's been quite a while since I did that, and the CCU has come out since then, and we've got Nobu to 70, so yeah, I think I'm gonna just give you guys a rundown of every little trick that I know, things that help me. Maybe it'll help you guys pick up Nobushi. Who knows? X'd it out, but anyways, let's hop right into it. Okay, so in my tips and trick video, there's a lot of people asking how I got that bar to show up when, you know, the opponent's swinging. And well, that's easy. If you go to your pause menu and you hit Arena Settings, then at the very bottom you'll see a block that says Opponent Timing Feedback. If that is not enabled, you will no longer get that bar. It comes defaultly enabled for some reason, but as you can see, if you don't have that bar, you won't see any timing to dodge or parry windows. But the moment that you turn it back on, you should be able to see it. So I talked briefly about this in the tips and trick video, but I feel like this will be a lot more useful now that the CCU is out and it hides the first 100 milliseconds of attack indicators, and that is the Viper's Retreat animation switch. So as you can tell here, you know, Viper's Retreat, I'm holding my guard to the right, it comes from the right. But if you flick your guard to the left while doing Viper's Retreat, sometimes you gotta do it a certain way. You gotta kinda almost go into hidden stance but also be walking backwards. It'll take some practice to do, but when you do, you'll get that little flicker animation. And with the CCU, that'll be very helpful because it'll hide the indicator, and if they're based off just animation, this animation is a lot more obvious than that animation. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the idea behind playing Nobushi. You know, she doesn't have the best offense capabilities in the game compared to some other heroes. Her bash is subpar at best, but what she does have is the ability to get bleeds relatively easy. Now, that's not something a lot of characters have. PK, Shinobi, Shaman, you know, Valkyrie off her shoulder pin. There are a few characters who also have bleed, not including feeds that just have it built into their kit. But the thing about Nobushi damage is that it almost all can be played into bleeding. So with that in mind, you don't have to have the best damage in the game, and you don't have to have the best offense in the game. You tag them with a few bleeds, and I'm telling you, the entire game changes for your favor because they know they have to come to you. And when they come to you, you can better react to your opponent's mix-ups if they're under pressure from bleed. So Nobushi tip, bleed them to death. You may get called light spam, but it's fine. That's what she's intended for now. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is using your Sidewinder as a type of option select against bash mix-ups. Now, as you can see, you can immediately go for a Sidewinder out of any type of dash attack. You know, you can dash, hidden stance, dash. But what you're looking for here is to delay that Sidewinder as long as possible. And it could take some time because, you know, it takes practice to learn how to delay certain heroes' moves. But if you delay your Sidewinder, you can get around Warden Vortex offense if they don't charge it. And if they do charge it, then, you know, you're going to get that trade. And that's not a winning trade for Nobu. That's, you know, 16 damage, but if you take that 16 damage with a bleed stack, then it starts adding up. And this works against other heroes too, such as Conqueror, Black Prior, Lawbringer, Warden, pretty much anyone who has a bash-based offense that can be feinted into a guard break. This will work against. That being said, it's not guaranteed. You know, if they do go for the fully charged, you're gonna get hit. Black Prior, I'm pretty sure, can sometimes, if you delay it too long, can flip you. Conk, I don't think can do anything against it. It just takes practice and learning the matchups of the heroes, but yeah. Alright. So the next thing I want to talk about is using hidden stance as a dodge, recover. You know, you can hidden stance and attack. You can work on your timings too with hidden stance here. You know, you can hidden stance, dodge, and then you can do delayed Sidewinder. So you can bait out and attack with the hidden stance. You know, and from hidden stance you can throw a heavy, a light that can go into your bleed combo, or you can simply just dodge recover out of it. And from that you can continue your offense in other ways. So, moving on. Next thing I want you guys to learn is that Nobu can use her range to her advantage when dealing with a bash hero. As you can see, you can light attack Warden out of his shoulder bash mix-up. Now you gotta be careful, because once they realize you're gonna do that, they're gonna start going for bait parries on your light attacks. But if they don't know that you could do this, then you can actually get a little fancy with it. You know, you can hit them with that Viper's Retreat. They can hit you with the full block like that, but if you see them dodge, Viper's Retreat. Stack that bleed on them. If you see dodge, if you see the bash indicator at all, Viper's Retreat. You know, they can get that full block, that full charge. But, as you can see, if they go for it, and obviously if they dash forward, you're not going to get that because they're closing their range on Nobushi, but it works a majority of the time, you know. And again, you got to be careful. You know, high level For Honor is annoying because they're going to start baiting that out. You know, they're going to go and noticing that you're just lighting them out of their bash mix-up, and they're going to go to parry that. It's just simple as that. And of course you can always hidden stance it and get some bleed in that way, but it's not as much damage as just going for Viper's Retreat on bash indicator. Alright, so as you can see, we got Warden in Revenge. Now he's not focusing me. So well, your job as Nobushi is to hit him with as many bleed attacks as you can, because even though it chips away at their shields little by little, that bleed damage carries through because of how it stacks. So if their opponent gets revenge, then your job is to pump them as much as full as bleed as you can. Now obviously if the Warden is, you know, or not the Warden, but the opponent is targeting you when, you know, they're in revenge, then you're going to want to focus on counterattacking. So as you can see, with the Warden, he's not focusing me, so I'm waiting for him to attack, that way he can't block you. And you're just going to hit him with as much bleed as you can, because as soon as that shield drops, the bleed damage for the most part continues to carry over. And that is the proper way to deal with revenge if you're playing Nobushi and they're not focusing you. So the next thing I'd like to point out is, you know, a little cheeky for a guide video, but there is in the training area of For Honor, there is a section called Hero Tactics. And if you go into Hero Tactics, then you will find that no matter what hero you pick or whoever you're wanting to learn to play, there is a For Honor how-to built in. Now, that being said, it's For Honor. You know, they're not going to have the variables for different scenarios when playing these heroes. There's just, you know, practicing their moveset, learning your mix-ups. That's what this is for. So I'm going to show you guys, you know, the hero tactics for Nobushi as per For Honor. So you can see now we have hidden stance. So it wants us to hidden stance a bash. You know, well, I got interrupted there. You know, and there is no, you know, I don't think there tactics list, moveset, change hero. Yep. So you can't have the indicator here, but you can set this up in training to practice. This is just for, you know, real-time guessing. So when you come out of your lock, you know, the opponent stops attacking you. You can change into hidden stance into attack. You know, you can light or heavy. So hidden stance into kick, you know, you can dodge, kick. Hidden stance, kick. And you can scroll over to dodge attack. So now we got Cobra Strike, which is our dodge light attack. I did it too late there. Which is your bleed. That's your dodge bleed attack. So next we have our Sidewinder, which is your dodge heavy, which remember can be delayed. So that was their. This is as fast as you can do it, and that's as slow as you can do it. Okay, dodge attack chain. We already messed it up. So she does have a dodge mix-up, which is just, you know, boom, boom, boom. Wrong input. Hang on a minute. How's that the wrong input? So dodge to the left, boom. I messed that up. And yeah, you can just practice your different types of mix-ups and go from there. So now we have hidden stance into dodge, which is what we talked about earlier in the video that not a lot of people realize she has. You know, it's just you can hidden stance and dodge. How is that? Okay. You know, and she can roll from it. She has a double dodge basically, or a triple dodge. So you can hidden stance and dodge this. Okay, so hidden stance into Cobra Strike. I messed it up. So you can dodge out of hidden stance. Remember that. That's key to learning Nobu high level. And you can do it from Sidewinder. Alright, so we have hidden stance, dodge, Sidewinder, Sidewinder. Hidden stance, dodge, Sidewinder, delayed, Sidewinder. No. So, moving on, we have what is known, where's our bot? There it is. Hi, Raider. As Viper's Retreat. Okay. So now we have Viper's Retreat, light into Viper's Retreat. Which, if you didn't know, Viper's Retreat can be used as a combo string continuator. So like you can hidden stance, you can Cobra Strike, you know, go into that. You know what I'm trying to say. It can be used as a combo continuator. And you can hidden stance, you can Viper's Retreat dodge into Sidewinder, you know, the lot. Which I'm sure it'll show you in just a second. So now we have Viper's Retreat into Cobra Strike, which is what we just showed. And now we have the kick mix-up, which really isn't a mix-up, considering it's one of the worst bashes in the game. So now we have light, kick, heavy, Viper's Retreat. So you're gonna light, kick, heavy, Viper's Retreat. That is one of the kick mix-ups. So we have zone attack cancel into Cobra. So you're gonna zone, or I thought I thought I canceled that. So zone, cancel into. Oop, I did Sidewinder out of habit. You do gotta be wary of your stamina though. But as you can see, you can just kind of, you know, learn your, you know, if you're gonna, you know, option select with zone with Nobu. Then you can learn that after you option select, you can continue your attack. Okay, so now we're going to hidden stance and Viper's Retreat. So, light. Oh, my bad, I wouldn't go into. So, light, hidden stance, light, Viper's Retreat. Alright, so after you complete the little tutorial, you know, you can go back and forth and change whatever. But it gives you a chance to practice against a level 0 bot who's going to stand there and do nothing. You can just practice your mix-up capabilities, your combo continuations. The lot. So, I brought us over to an empty Dominion match to show you guys, you know, lane clear that Nobu has. Which, I mean, it's pretty self-obvious, you know. You're going to zone, and then light, whatever means you can. You would think that her Sidewinder would be a good, you know, zone clear. But in all actuality, unless there's someone there for you to lock onto, her Sidewinder usually only hits about 1 or 2 minions. You're better off just going for the zone, canceling it. That's just, you know, pre-minion animation takeaways, you know, Nobu had a solid zone clear. But now, I mean, you're lucky to get about 4 minions a hit if you zone. You know, tag that with, you know, her first feat where she gets health on minion kills. So she has a pretty okay minion clear. If you've got like a Raider or something on your team, or a Black Prior, or Warmonger even, I would give them the zone clear over Nobu. Because Nobu can just be, you know, she's better off helping in a team fight, applying bleed and pressure to an opponent rather than down here zoning minions for 3 health. Okay, so this isn't so much a Nobushi tip or trick, but as a genuine, you know, map tip or trick. One thing that I found that works best for me on this map specifically is if I'm on the attacking team, which I know I'm on defender right now, but you get the idea, I came to this side, is to capture the base, and then I will make my way across this, because the defenders hardly use this because they just have no reason to when their zone is so close. And most of them are so focused on if someone's coming from that direction that they usually don't pay attention. You can just walk into the front gate, contest the area, or just outright take it. You know, and I mean, it works a majority of the time. So then you're applying pressure to the enemy team by having both major zones, and more than likely they're going to be fighting in the minion zone because, you know, people love the minion zones for some reason. And you'd have to break up the team, which could save your, you know, allies from getting in a gank. Or if you're, you know, decent with the hero you're playing, you can make a, you know, a stand and stall time for your allies to go back to the other base, get help, or come help you. Alright, so one more little thing before I close this out. I know it's kind of a shorter guide, but again, this is just, you know, tip and tricks. You know, I showed you guys where to go if you want to practice not only on Nobushi, but other heroes as well. But I figured we go into, you know, my advanced controls and my fight tuning controls. And you guys can get an idea of, you know, where I keep my, you know, guard stances at compared to the default values. You know, that's default. That's where they want you to have your stuff at. That doesn't work well for me personally, because I don't know about you guys, but I always hold my guard stick a little more towards the top. So as you can see, I have it tuned towards more to the top. My dead zone's only a 4, so I can switch faster. My hidden stance and full block is larger, so it's easier for me to, you know, dodge into my hidden stance stuff. But yeah, I just thought that would be a neat idea for you guys to play around with, experiment. If you don't like it, you can always change it. And if you just end up feeling like you messed everything up, you can just, you know, go right back to exactly how everything was when the game came out. But yeah, play around with this. See what works best for you. There's not a magic ratio or anything. But yeah. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video. Again, another short, quick, you know, tip and trick video, just a refresher. Maybe this will help you guys out playing Nobushi. I know a lot of you guys were curious about me making a fashion guide for Nobushi, but I'll be honest, I don't really know how to do that. I've, you know, just come up with this look out of, you know, just over the time of playing Nobushi. But you guys seem to really like the outfit I have for her. But if I have to say anything about, you know, when it comes to fashion and For Honor, is 2 things. You know, one being the weapon. You want a weapon that can accommodate any outfit. Now, I know I'm going to blow it up for you guys, so it might be a little grainy, but the weapon that I'm using, if you look on the outline of it, not the actual weapon, is white. Now, and it's like that for the guard and for the guard and the shaft. So you're asking yourself, well, if it's white there and it's pink over here, that's because if you go over to your color swatches, if I can figure out where to go, and you focus your weapon, then you notice that when you start changing colors, your weapon will start changing colors, and it can accommodate for almost any type of outfit you're going for. And you can mix and match these, you know, figure out exactly what kind of style you're going for. But yeah, that's, one tip that I would give you. The other one would be picking a theme. When I first came out with this, pink Nobu outfit, it was for the Fortunate Fukuro effect, which is the owl. And I used the owl for forever before I got my, sulfuric sparks for hitting 60 on Nobushi. And as you can see, it's kind of a pink-ish effect. There's not a lot of pink in the game at the time that this came out. And I mean, it just, it stood out at the time. Not so much now. There's a lot of more vibrant colors out there now than just, a pale pink, like a salmon pink. But figuring out, a style of what you want, whether it be more edgy or, for instance, I've got a white dueling Nobushi. And I can't show you guys the third one because I'm working on something for you guys for a later video. But yeah, pick a style. And the white style that I have goes with a lot of my characters. I'm working on building one for Orochi. I'm building a white and gold for Orochi. You guys have seen my Kensei. My Kensei is white and gold. So for me, it's easier to identify a player based on their character's looks rather than how they play their character. An iconic character or an iconic, player will have their go-to character that has the best fashion, the best looks. They've got, the attitude and the play style to go with their looks. So it's important, weirdly saying that, to have a good-looking character. Because if you're just throwing a derp character on there, then obviously the opponent's not going to take you seriously. They know you're probably just playing the character to level it up. You're not being serious, But if you got a look, and that look is identifiable, then you stand out. And they know that you put the time and effort into that character to show that you know what you're doing. And yeah, that's really the only thing I can say about fashion guides. I know really on my Nobu you can't tell because I've just got sulfuric sparks, but for instance on my Kensei, or not my Kensei, my Orochi, if I go over here, I have like an astral theme going on. So like my effects for idle is Blade of Belligerence. My executions, I've got Blade of Belligerence on 2, which is the throw and kick. And the Futsu no Matama. Because it looks just like it kind of looks like the blades that he summons come down to stab them as he pulls another one out to finish the job. And then I have Spartan Glow with this one because the arrows come down, they're glowing gold just like the weapons. And then, obviously I've got it on this one because this is just the perfect effect for this execution. Yeah, picking a theme and, mix matching, your effects to compensate for your heroes. Like, for instance, I've got white and gold on my Kensei as well. I didn't want a carbon copy of my Orochi, so I got fairy lights because they fit very well with the gold. Especially on certain executions. Like on this one, it's great. I love this effect on this execution. But yeah, I mean, just if you like a character, play around with it. Now that they've made it to where you aren't forced to have a color on your character, or a paint pattern on your character, I should say, it makes the game a whole lot more in depth when it comes to how you can customize a character. That's just, my opinion on it. But yeah, and if you haven't noticed, like my main characters all have a nature-esque theme to them. So like my main Kensei has the antlers, my Orochi has the bunny ears, Shigoki has antlers. Nobu has the ears. I've got the hay for Aramusha, or the straw. Shinobi, just a meme. Hidakiri, you can't really tell what I'm going for, but I gave her a darker type nature effect. I gave her the fumes of Horkos, which is the roots. Because Hidakiri's dark, it's foggy, but it's still got nature with it. But yeah, picking a theme for your faction, for how you want your characters to look, is all important, in my opinion. Of course, this is just my opinion. But, it's your characters, do what you want with them. If you want them to look derpy, and you want all your characters to be a barefoot bum like Jormungandr, then, you can do that. Or if you want to style on people with your, fashionable, I don't know why I almost said fashionable, with your fashionable Nuxia, then you can do that. Of course, other characters don't have that same option. Like, you're always going to be an edgy Black Prior. You're always going to be a Roman Centurion. You're always going to be a spiky Lawbringer. There's just some stigmas you can't get away from, but you have a lot of room to play around with. And I feel like that is something to look into if you're serious about For Honor and serious about a character. With that being said, it's about time. I've rambled enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below if you guys want to add anything or spark a conversation up with somebody. Yeah, I think this is a good idea to post this video heading into the new era of For Honor. A lot of people are getting into consoles. We're going to have a lot more inflow of, I think, players coming to For Honor, maybe. I would like to see more players coming to For Honor. But, yeah, I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys again so much, and I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye.